Hey folks, welcome back to Nodevember day 11. The prompt for this one was Hive, so I wanted to make something sort of honey themed. Went with some sort of dessert looking thing made out of this hive material. So I just created my hive, which was just a cylinder with 6 sides, which I instanced on a grid, which I moved every other column and adjusted my scale until it sort of match the layout. I wasn't doing this with proper maths because I knew I was going to be remeshing it later with the SDF nodes, and then wrapped it into a cylinder shape, which you can do. I had it in the XY plane, right? So if you think about your X axis, we convert this into cylindrical coordinates, then your X axis can become the angle. So we just take position X through sine and cosine, and then we can multiply that by some value to give us our radius. In this case, it was based on the height of it, so that we still have that depth extrusion. And then for me, what was the y-axis became the z-axis, so it was standing up vertically. Then I just did some simple deformation with noise textures, and then I think I did a volume cube for this one, and just used the distance from the geometry proximity node, distance to faces, to set a nice little offset all around all of this geometry. So I didn't need to worry about things being inside out or manifold or anything like that. I could just do the distance from the faces. So once I had now a much higher resolution geometry, I was able to do some much finer displacement on it just to give it a little bit more of a sort of rough texture. Yeah, that was basically it for the main honeycomb shape, I suppose. I did add a cylinder in the middle just to be a sort of light blocker. But then the next step was just to create the dipper, the honey dipper, which is the wooden thing that goes above. This was just a bunch of curved circles in a stack with different radiuses, and then a cylinder through the middle. And those curved circles were just curved to meshed with another curved circle. So really simple geometry, but I knew it was going to be inside a big lump of honey, so I wasn't too worried about it being about how it was going to look. Actually, creating the honey was also fairly straightforward, so I just blocked it in with simple geometry. So I took the head of the dipper and offset the positions in the normal direction just to expand it a little bit, give me some extra space. And I instanced some curve lines on the bottom of it going down to the top of the honeycomb, and did a curve to mesh on those so they tapered from wide at the top down to very thin, and then opened up a little bit again. Stuck a bunch of icospheres just in the top area to make it look like the honey was kind of amassing there, and then did some more curves down the front of the block, just exactly the same profile that I used for the top ones and the float curve. And then took some more icospheres, which I squished flat in the Z-axis, and put those around the outside. Could have done this more procedurally, but I figured it's a locked-in camera. Nothing really gained by randomizing this stuff. So I could just stick it down where I wanted it. Materials were a little bit of a challenge, actually, and I attribute this largely to me using AGX color space. I think in general, AGX is probably great. I'm not used to it, but I think if you're trying to do stuff with yellow colors and quite strong lighting, quite dramatic lighting, maybe it is not the best, or maybe just any color is not the best with AGX and strong lighting, because it will desaturate with higher values from what I've seen. So I was actually literally unable to get the shade of yellow that I wanted. Even when I went into the compositor and I picked the exact color and I just viewed it, it was not giving me what I wanted. The honey itself is basically just glass. It has some specific fine tuning to it, but it is essentially just a glass shader. The honeycomb, I went back and forth with a lot of things. Had a bit of gradient at the bottom to kind of make it look like it's been sat on a hot plate somewhere where it's kind of cooked to the bottom, caramelized. Darkened it similarly in towards the middle, so when you look down into the honeycomb hexagons, you see it gets a little bit richer, a little bit browner, and then a little bit of sort of brown across the front where the honey is sitting as well. So a few little masks there. That went into a principled as well as a translucent. Those two are mixed together. And then I'm also sticking a glossy on after the fact, just to give some really, really hard highlights on that honey. Lighting, pretty simple as well. I think it's a 3 or 4 point light setup. Like one main light to the left, which gives my highlights, and I position that light really based on where the highlights were gonna flash for me. And then I gave another smaller area light just underneath the dipper to give me a nice little rim on there. And then I thought the whole thing was getting a little bit too dark in the center, And rather than messing around with my materials, I just stuck a little point lamp down inside the honey just to make sure it was giving a little bit of glow, just very subtly taking off the back of those holes. And the benefit of doing that was that I didn't need to worry too much about things like subsurface scattering, which I wasn't able to get looking the way that I wanted anyway. So rather than dealing with all of that stuff, I'm taking advantage of the fact that I'm using translucent shader as part of my shader. So I could just drop that light in the middle and it just glows a little bit, just takes the black off. And that's kind of largely it. Once I did discover that it was AGX that was causing my trouble with the yellows, and I did just end up switching it back to filmic because that's what I know, it did suddenly make it much easier. But obviously once I made that switch, I had to go back through all of my materials and lighting and just sort of reset them a little bit to work out what I was doing there. You can see at one point in the compositor setup where I'm desperately trying to get a bit of yellow onto the honeycomb. And I just really wanted a really strong punchy yellow on it and could not get it, just could not get it. So yeah, made that switch back to filmic, ran back through all my materials just to make them a little bit more bespoke to filmic, and then found the colors that I wanted. If you're wondering about the bubbles inside the honey, super simple thing to do. You literally just instance spheres inside the volume. I don't know if it's necessary, but I also flip the faces so that they, if you think about the direction of light coming through, the inside face of that bubble needs to be pointing towards the liquid, towards the honey. For the base plate, just to give it a little bit of visual interest, I'm doing a transparency fade out away from the center anyway, so that it fades into darkness, which is just the background. So that's just a gradient from 0, 0, 0 away from that through a map range to control the alpha with the transparent shader. And then using just the principled shader, I think, and I plugged in just a Voronoi with fairly high scale to give me those points. There we go. So that after this, it's just messing around, adding a little bit of glare and tiny bit of chromatic aberration and a tiny bit of sensor grain just to make it a little bit more textural, which I really like. So there we go. Hope you had fun. Hope you learned something, and I'll catch you in the next one.